Cults. Something we all have heard of at least once in our lives, and for good reason. They are brutal, extreme, and straight up harmful for everyone involved. Today, we will be taking a look at a cult I recently found out about, the 764 organization. "764 is an international online network or cult full of underage people who sexually exploit other underage people through the means of distributing CSAM material, swatting, SIM swapping, and doxing. The core beliefs of this Tier 1 terrorist group, according to the FBI, include nihilism, which is the belief that life has no meaning at all, including religion; misanthropy, the hatred and disdain for humanity and everything about it. 764 has its belief system aligned with that of another cult called Order of Nine Angles. Not to go into too much detail regarding the Order of Nine Angles cult, but they are a left-hand path according to the occult. Magic can be approached through two different angles: left-hand path and right-hand path. Left-hand path is all about personal empowerment and dabbles in the field of black magic and manipulation. Right-hand path is all about following the rules of the world and religion. It's about selflessness, and Christianity and similar religions can be seen as right-hand path. The Order of Nine Angles originated from the UK, and its members claim that the group has been existing since the 1960s. It attracted attention in the 1980s for its extreme views. It's considered to be traditional Satanism, which believes that Satan is a real supernatural entity, that he indeed does exist, and they basically worship him. They also tend to use modern pagan elements in their beliefs. Now, to get back to the 764 cult. Who even started this cult? Well, in 2021, a 15-year-old boy named Bradley Chance Cadenhead, who also went by the alias Felix, was part of a Discord server belonging to another cult called CVLT, which probably stands for cult, and they dabbled in the field of child exploitation. Bradley learned a few tricks to exploit minors, and with this newfound knowledge, he started the 764 cult after he allegedly came into contact with an unknown individual in the popular game Minecraft, my personal favorite game of all time. The 764 cult seems to be active mostly on Discord, Telegram, and gaming platforms such as Roblox and Minecraft. 764 specializes in the extortion of children, like I said previously, and they reach their goals through systematic sexual, physical, and mental abuse. Their target age group ranged from the age of 9 up to 17. These children tend to be part of marginalized groups of people and mental health issues. The cult name of 764 was actually named after Bradley's hometown zip code of Stephenville, Texas. In his school years, Bradley was heavily fascinated by graphic content, typically that which depict torture and the taking of lives. Bradley was clearly a sick and disturbed individual, and he, along with his cult members, hurt many children and other people throughout their existence on the internet. Now, you might be wondering why these sick and twisted people do these things. The obvious answer is that they are just sick and twisted people, but it does go deeper than that. The members of 764 don't do it for the stereotypical reasons like those from other cults or groups where they want to make a point in the political sphere. No, the members of 764 do what they do to gain respect, status, or reputation amongst themselves, which in a way is worse than if it would just be for political points. They will try and outplay each other, pass each other to see who can be worse than the other member, and that's just sick, absolutely disgusting, ruining not only their own lives, but that of unsuspecting minors on the internet, forever changing them in the worst way possible. This cult legit might be one of the most disturbing ones I've seen in a long while, only for the fact that they are so sick and depraved in what they believe in, and then also the way they go about reaching their goals. To make matters worse than it already is, this cult mostly consists of minors who, as we know now, go out onto the internet to exploit other minors. They go onto other gaming platforms such as Roblox, which came under fire recently, by the way, for their mismanagement of these types of issues. Once a victim has been identified, they are lured to a private chat room, typically on Discord or Telegram, where their IP and other personal information is taken as ransom. The victims are lured in when they are promised either virtual money for the respective game they were found in, or by thinking they can have some sort of romantic relationship with the cult member. Sometimes, the victim will be forced to share explicit photos or videos of themselves with the member, or share recent self-harm images or clips of themselves. While in the private space such as Telegram or Discord, the victim will be bombarded with harassment, grooming, and threats of violence by other cult members. The abuse and trauma these victims face are often so horribly bad that they develop Stockholm Syndrome, and they begin to mirror the actions, desires, and needs of the abuser, and they end up becoming just like them, which may lead to them joining the cult. Victims are often forced into either hurting family pet animals if they have any, or hurt themselves by choking or cutting themselves, all while providing proof of these actions, of course. Some cult members have gone a step further and encouraged victims into ending their lives on livestream or carry out mass shootings, all while the cult members watch, all for entertainment purposes. Ever since the arrest of the group leader, Bradley, back in 2021, as well as a few other key figures in the cult has spread its wings, so to speak, and created smaller offshoot groups such as Leak Society, Slit Town, 6996, 7997, Cascar, Court, Harm Nation, and Cultist. These groups carry the same distinct characteristics and ideologies from the cult. Another offshoot group called NLM, which is probably a parody to the BLM, glorifies violence, and the name stands for No Lives Matter. In order to join this group, recruits are required to either commit arson, vandalism, or assaults on a live stream, so that these clips can be used as propaganda and to entice more people to carry out similar acts. The victims of Bradley had to carve words into their skin, such as I heart CP764 and Brad is a pedo. Bradley was sentenced to 80 years in jail on the 16th of May 2023. To give you an idea of how incredibly, absolutely disgusting and disturbing this whole 764 cult situation is, back in 2023, Discord, while working with the FBI to shut down these CP groups and chat rooms, said that they blocked 150 groups, as well as 54,000 accounts linked to 764. That is absolutely wild. The FBI warns parents and guardians and to look out for the following signs in their children. Kids engaging and participating in self-harm or express life-ending thoughts. Suddenly acting strange, moody, or withdrawn from the rest of the household and even friends. Sudden and unexpected changes when it comes to eating, sleeping, or clothing worn. Household pets suddenly passing away under strange and unexpected circumstances. Carved words or symbols in the skin of the child. Kids writing words or drawing symbols using their own blood or other sources of blood. Please If you are an adult and you have children in your family, then keep them safe and warn them of these sick and twisted people hiding on popular gaming platforms. Please tell them to not listen to anyone trying to lure them to chat rooms, and if anyone messages them online and it looks sus, or they offer them virtual money to go do something for them, then they should tell you and you should go to police to report it, as well as the sites that were used. Be safe out there, everyone. The world is a messed up, dark place, and all we can do is learn to adapt to it, help each other, warn each other, and work accordingly. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you liked what you saw, then tap the like button and share with others you think might be interested as well. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts and opinions, and subscribe to soothe that fascination.